You know what other show is a hit? The Tangent Podcast. And we're coming back with not the drunken news, but the
PAX special.
PAX news.
Yeah.
So let's make it happen. Let's do this.
All right, cool. So, Justin, thank you for that lovely intro.
You're welcome.
So, for those of you that don't know, PAX East 2017 is happening this past weekend by the time that you're listening to this, March 10th through the 12th. And we went to go see it yesterday, Friday, and we have our impressions of what we thought, what we've been playing. We're going to go back tomorrow, and we'll talk about that, the games that we want to see there tomorrow that we didn't actually get to see today. So we'll leave that to the very end. But who wants to start? Do you want to just like kind of go around the horn? Do you want to start, Anthony, and then we'll just kind of like finish up this way?
Yeah, I can do that.
All right, cool.
I'm going to go on a downside note with this one. So I played a game called Dust Werven.
Show the camera.
Yeah, Dust Wine.
So we can sass it
Yeah.
to shit.
Yeah.
And if you look at it, I'll just show that to you guys.
No Man's Sky.
Yeah. Only a lot shittier.
How?
That's not possible.
Yeah.
No Man's Sky won some awards, pal. So
Literally.
Yeah.
get it right.
Innovation.
So did Snow
This
Horse.
went the other way.
And we didn't see that this year.
Thank
Snow Horse.
Christmas.
So if you know if this wins something.
It was Snow
So
Horse too.
it was so
What
bad
is
you
it?
had to take the time out of your day just to let everybody know how bad
I'd
it is.
like look at the guy and be like, you honestly can't be here at PAX Pro this.
yeah, like
like-
who's
Like, what is the game of, like, is it third person, top down? What is it?
It's third person. You're walking around, and the first thing it tries to do is like build a campfire before night falls. And there's like nothing around. It's like so you have to chop down a tree, but like it doesn't. Like as you're chopping it, it's like the animation for it is just like so shitty that like the tree fell on me, and then I got injured, but like it didn't really fall on me. I was like 10 feet away, but it
so
hit me
just
anyway.
trying to give you the injury to show you how it works and shit.
I got crushed by a tree, and then
Avoid Dust Wine as far as you possibly can.
you have to pick up like rocks. But like everything about this was just like how to craft it, how to find something, and then like it didn't tell you anything and didn't really work out.
It's a Starfighter's ballad.
It's got a Kickstarter.
It's got
You
a
wanna throw
Kickstarter.
money in the trash.
What's it called? Dust what?
Yeah,
WEN.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah,
fuck
Because
those games.
fuck that game.
Yeah.
like,
Fuck
you can-
that game.
Yeah, we'll
All
just
right.
leave that
I'm just
there.
giving a heads up. Avoid it if you're there.
Steve,
Yeah.
Steve, what do you got?
So I stumbled across a game called Elsinore,
Oh, right. Okay.
and the woman sold it to me as basically Majora's Mask. It's a time looping Shakespearean tragedy.
Did you tell her about the review that you're writing?
Told her it's on the way. She is heavily anticipating,
There you go.
and
Heavily into
and then she said Groundhog's Day.
Yeah.
And so it's it's what it is. She said it takes the story of Hamlet, which is basically the Lion King. And you're some like peasant, and you kind of got to work your way up by you just loop. I mean, she didn't really, it wasn't explained super well, but your decisions affect the outcomes, but then you end up going back in time and being able to piece the correct decision tree together.
Mm-hmm.
And then I asked her, like, well, if you decide to pick, like, you know the right answer, say, and you want to go and just tell the king or something, is he gonna believe you? And she's like, no, you do have to work your way up, so you have to gain credibility with like peasant, smaller fry people as you work your way up.
And then the middle
Get
class.
your renowned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, this
in the
person does
arena.
know the future. This is weird.
Right.
You're a
And
gypsy.
I didn't get a chance to
Then
play
they
it because
kill
it's
you.
like it's a 45-minute demo
Wow.
of it. So I might go
Like,
back
and
and try to
actually
do it. I was
dive deeper
intrigued. I
into it?
mean, I don't know of too many like time looping Groundhog Day-esque.
You might be interested in looking at Life is Strange.
Oh, I have heard about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's on
Strange.
PC. There you go.
Master
Yeah,
Race.
I played
Master
it.
Race.
Not a fan of it.
Yeah.
It is a Brian game though.
Remember that
but I wasn't a big fan.
But yeah, I was
So.
intrigued by it.
Do you do you have this developer on there or?
It's just Elsinore game. I don't know what the developer was. She didn't say.
Okay.
And then,
I just figured any contact info on there, you could throw it out. But
at Elsinore game.
there you go. Check it out.
Yeah, looks good. So that's for that one.
Cool.
Gary.
I guess I will go with Arena Gods, which was the first game that we played. We walked right into it.
Mm-hmm.
No one was waiting for it. This is a game that I played last year, and we'll say that from the card I'm looking at right now, it's still in alpha, which is now 2 years
Running.
running.
Mm-hmm.
The game did seem smoother graphically. They didn't have as much weapons as the last year. Last year it was a lot more chaotic.
It took me the entire match. I didn't even pick up one weapon. I was trying. It was left trigger and X.
It was right trigger and X or
X.
right trigger and Y, depending on which hand you wanted to put it in, and then if you wanted to throw it.
Was that the one we were
So
punching
I just
people in
got
the
stabbed
face?
to death
Yep.
each time.
Yeah.
You played like a gladiator in a
Right.
top-down gauntlet-esque type of
Yeah, it's
thing.
a 4-player co-op type party game where you're a gladiator and random weapons and shields will spawn across the map. You can go over and pick them up. It's a one-shot kill
For the most part.
for the most part on anyone. And then you can also throw these weapons. And then there's a cool mechanic where it's kind of like Pac-Man, up, down, left, right. If you go out the right door, you show up on the left side of the map.
Yep.
And it goes for the weapons as well, because I found out when I threw a weapon, it went through the door, came back to the other side, and kept hitting me in the back of the head. So I killed myself like 3 times. Because I won the first go at it, and then the developer was like, "Oh, let me play. Like, I'll take this guy on." I'm like, "What the fuck? Like, I'm trying to play your game, dude." And then he was like, he had the double shields at one point. Like, I'm like, this guy, unbelievable.
Didn't he deflect your sword back at you?
Oh wow.
No, because I went. Because
hey, you like my game?
had-
Let me fucking crush you at it.
He had the dual shields, and so I tried to throw my spear through the right door to come from behind him, but then he like dodged it out of the way and it hit me.
Oh,
So
son of a
yeah,
bitch.
so he had to like step up to show me who's boss, I guess.
That's how
but
it works.
Piece of shit.
That's how it works.
it's actually an interesting game. It's kind of fun, but it's still in alpha, 2 years
Yeah.
running, so there's no developer.
Probably will never
it's just
come out.
Arena Gods game.
I'll say a lot of the games that were there this year was in alpha.
Yeah.
It's very weird.
Yeah, there were a lot of games that it just kind of felt like these weren't necessarily near being completed. I mean, we did play a few of them that were saying like, "Oh, we'll be out later this year,"
Right.
but I
heard
think
that
I played
before.
1 or 2 games where they were like, "Yeah, we're coming out in April" or "We're coming out in May," which was pretty refreshing.
Yeah.
But there was Brawlhalla again.
Yeah.
I saw that,
4
yeah.
years
Fuck that
running.
game, dude.
Oh,
Ocean
that
Horn.
sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, Oceanhorn. Well, they're toting their new game too, so that's why they were there.
I didn't even
All right.
stop by. You know.
How
Brian,
dare you?
What do you got?
So actually, one of the new games that I did play that is coming out in April is a game from Oddbird Studios, and it's called Arrowheads. So Arrowheads is a online and local 4-player not co-op, but like arena shooter. But it's top-down. It's very similar to kind of Arena Gods. It has that 3/4 angle view, but you play as birds that are archers, and you're trying to basically take each other out.
I think me, you, Steve, did you
yeah,
play?
I played.
And then we played.
Part of the official PAX Rising games here, it says. Apparently those are the good ones. I don't know. A lot of fake awards up on the top of this thing that I've never heard of.
I mean, that's
The
this
level
is
up
where
best
they-
overall game.
Yeah, this is
No, but I saw other games that were in the PAX Rising though that were actually like
yeah,
they were part
they're
of
just
that.
saying we're a part of this section right there. That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
But the
Where to
gameplay
find
itself is pretty good. It's pretty solid. It's a twin stick shooter, so you're just aiming your arrows at each other. So if you hold it long enough, if you hold the bow long enough, it's a straight shot. But if you want to do an arc, it shows you
The arc path.
your dotted arc path, which was pretty interesting. I had a good time playing it.
Who won?
I ended up winning
You won it.
that round. Yeah, and it's cool because it's not like, oh, you won this round, you get 1 point. It's you killed 3 people that round, you get 3 points.
Yeah, so
So
it's all
it's-
based off kills, not
yeah.
if you're the last man alive. So if you're just hiding in the corner
Yep.
and you're surviving, you're not getting points unless
Yep.
you kill someone. And then they have like pickups, so you could pick up like a scatter shot, rocket arrows, armor that was on the ground. You could pick up to make you a 2-hit shot, you
Yeah.
know, type of deal. It was fun. It was
Yeah.
another type of Arena Gods type co-op game.
Mhm.
So I liked it. I think we had fun with it. We played through 1 round. And like Brian said, he won like an asshole.
Yeah. There was also like environmental stuff. So we played on like a mine cart
Yeah,
level.
so you could jump on the mine
You
cart.
could jump in the cart, and the cart would take you around the level. There's also apparently cooperative, which is like a horde base game.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't get to play that, but they said that that's what they were working on for
Cool.
the co-op. So yeah, Justin, we'll move on to you. What do you got?
Well, I guess we'll kind of stick to a game that's very similar. Striker's Edge was a game that I saw that was very interesting. It is an archery game, but they break you up almost like dodgeball into two sides. So you're shooting the arrows across at the other team. It's nothing. It's very arcadey, very pick up and play. But it looked good. It just looked well made. I liked the art of it and the pixel art.
It's a good pixel art. I feel like everyone's kind of doing that right now. It's a medieval dodgeball with ranged weapons and special powers. That's what it says.
So yeah, it seemed interesting and fun.
Did you win?
No, I did not.
It's coming in
Smoke.
April
Bad. Yeah,
of
got
this
smoked
year?
Bad.
It's coming in April to Steam and PS4. So
There you go.
Yeah, I sucked at it, but it was really cool. I liked it.
nice.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Someone's next?
I will do Samurai Riot, which
All
is
right.
a narrative and cooperative beat 'em up.
Oh,
It
cool.
plays exactly like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like the NES control-wise.
Oh yeah, you do.
And basically, at the time, he had said, like, depending on what happens during this timeline, like who you talk to will affect who you fight for, like a boss at the end.
Oh, I've seen this, and I think I walked past this. It's almost set up like a fighter, like a street fighter or something. That two health bars.
Oh,
that
I've
drop.
seen
River
that.
City
I
Ransom.
know exactly where this was.
Yeah.
The best part about it was, again, like the techniques you have, like for co-ops as well, special moves that you each individually have, but as well as like as
The
a
one
team.
move.
Team moves that will help you like take something down. Very cool. Definitely found that to be very fun.
Is
Wacko
it
Factory.
coming out Steam,
No.
like Xbox,
So you
PlayStation,
get-
Steam. Cool.
Yep. Q4 of 2017.
Very nice.
Nice.
Steven.
So I got game called Hack Tag.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody sounds like they got stuck playing this.
So yeah, I got stuck with a rando
Oh
playing this
no.
game.
How was your team chemistry?
Sucked.
You guys worked well
Well,
together?
he had been playing for a while, and I got in there, and he was throwing me some sass.
He's condescending on
Yeah, and I'm like,
Don't need that.
I'll walk away.
you. Yeah, I'll leave you here to die.
You needed me, buddy.
Yeah.
Like, who's the random?
And I don't know, the game is kind of interesting. So your one side is you're a guy breaking into like an office building or something, trying to hack the computers, and then my side was I'm in the computer wires, hacking them. So I'm like the electrons or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have to open doors for him. Like I can open doors, shut off alarms, and then hack the computers myself too.
So
And
you're
it's
trying to
all-
help him get to places he needs to go.
Right, and it's all based on points. And you're just trying to get through, as far as I can tell, you're just trying to get through the office with the most amount of points as possible without getting caught. Or just, racking up all the hacks and shit. So, yeah, I mean, that was basic. I mean, there wasn't
was it.
really much to it. I could also get caught, actually. There was like a red electron that would also go through the wires. So I could also technically get caught
If you come across each other,
if you come across each other. And when we both get, like, say I get caught and then he gets caught,
it's over.
then it's, game over. But it's interesting because I can distract the guards in the building for him by even opening doors. Like if they're, they'll.
Oh, so
Well,
like
like,
you
I
could
can
open
kinda,
the
like-
door and the guard's like, "What the hell's going on
Yeah.
over there?" That's
So
interesting.
it was all interesting things like that. I mean, it was all right. I'd like to have played with a better partner to get a real
Get a real feel
depth
for
look.
it.
And I would like to play the other
Maybe
side.
we could try it on Sunday.
He did at the end when we were kind of like the sass had died down.
Yeah.
He did mention it seems like my side is more intricate than his side. I think I have the ability to get more points for the team and control a lot more of what's going on in, say, the real world.
To open up points for him to go and get.
Go and get right. So,
Got it.
but yeah, that was a quite fun game. That was by. I don't know what the studio was. Oh, POC Studios. I don't know what the full name of that is. Piece of Cake Studio.
Thought it was Power of Choice.
Well, and that's coming. I mean, it will be for PC, Mac,
of
and
crap.
Linux.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool. Cool. All right, so another game that I played that I'm actually like super excited about, and I've been following, and I've seen the trailers, I've watched gameplay on it, is Strafe. This is a game by who's it? Devolver Digital.
Published by Devolver, yeah.
So it was right there next to Ape Out. This game's actually coming out March 28th, so fairly soon, and it's another fast-paced twitch shooter. And I believe it's coming out on
Kind of like
PS4.
the phrase fast pitch, though, for a shooter.
Yeah.
It's a fast pitch.
Yeah, it's a fast pitch. I mean, it reminds you of old school Doom. It's got that old school art style, but
You're on this old school Duke Nukem Doom kick, huh?
yeah, I mean,
Shooters.
once
He
you go to
likes fast-pitch
PC, like
shooters.
it's
Once you got a PC, you go
once
back
you go to
and play
PC,
30-year-old
like
game.
you're going back and you want to go as fast as possible because you're able to, right? So the game, it looks very old school, but the control scheme and how you move is very up to date, and modern. The other thing that's really cool about it is the levels are all procedurally generated.
Nice.
No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky out there, and basically there's ways to rocket jump and move quicker, and the enemies just come at you. Like this, Justin, you played some of it.
Yeah. I'm not good with the mouse, but
Yeah,
it felt like Doom.
it looks like old school. It
Felt like
the original Doom.
But the gun almost felt
music.
like the battle rifle from Halo.
Yeah. Yeah, and so I saw like you can get rockets, you can get shotguns, assault rifles. I mean, the works. And it was running really well, I probably played it for like 15.
I couldn't even. It was tough with the left hand, but it was super fast. Like, super fast.
Yeah. So I'm excited for that. March 28th. Look for it. I think it's on PS4 and on Steam. Is what I think it's coming out for. So
Nice. I'll actually go with a game that I thought I was going to absolutely love. So I see it.
Whoa.
I see it off in the
You
corner
thought?
or
Yeah.
off in the distance. It's a. It looks like Punch Out, but all noir style. So very graphic novel, black and white, very cool looking. And you play a boxer
In
with
the
a
Roaring 20s.
a boxer with a chicken head, which I'm like, okay, what's happening here? It's called Pato Box. And for those of you at home, their card is basically a ticket to a boxing match, which is really cool. Apparently, it's coming out Sunday, June 11th, 2017. It's coming to Steam and the Vita,
Interesting.
which is interesting to say the least. So I'm playing the game, and the game feels fine. It's kind of dungeon crawler-esque where you're walking around, and then you find these boss battles that play similar to Punch-Out. So I'm like, great, cool. I'm in here. I'm fighting a chef. Let's do this. So the chef is stirring this pot,
Trying
and
to kill you after the soup.
basically, yeah, he's trying to stir me up into the soup, make some duck soup. But he,
Chicken stew.
yeah, he goes to attack me, and my first instinct is to dodge. But the controls on this game are just so god awful that I'm pretty good at Punch Out. That's one of those things. I'm decent at Punch Out. I know what I'm doing. The
Not all
controls on
games
this
can be Punch Out.
are this is what it's
Well,
supposed to
this
be.
isn't.
It's supposed
Yeah,
to
I
be.
mean, really, all you need to do is hit left or right and just get
and
the
the
fuck out of
timing
way.
is just so slow and off
do you think
base
the response time?
is far
bad?
too slow, because the way that it works is that there's a tell every time he's about to attack you.
Yeah.
He does something, and no matter how fast I would hit left or right, it would his tell, and then I would hit the button, and then he would hit me no matter what. So I had to almost like time it out, like count out how many seconds it would take in between.
And
each
we all
attack.
seen your reaction time in the 1-2 switch, so we know that you got it.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. I was expecting some sass, but
It's quick hands.
draw.
quick draw. Yeah. So
Draw.
everything about this game looks great. It looks like Punch Out. It has a graphic novel feel to it. It's all black and white.
Look at this fucking business card.
Yeah, this is solid design all the way through, except for the
Good trick,
gameplay.
Which
And-
is the most important.
and I try to give it its fair share. I probably played it for like 4 minutes of just dying consistently because I couldn't figure it out. But after guessing a little bit, I found it was interesting because once you punched him once or twice, he would like the shelves would start dropping food, and you had to collect food to then throw into the pot to like defeat him further. So it's a puzzle fighting game similar to Punch-Out. I wish that they could
Always
get the
food, though.
control down
I
to
think
get it
food is the theme here.
to get it working. So
Defeat people. Is that because you're still hungry?
yeah. So yeah, that's really it for Pato Box by Bromeo Studios. So go ahead, Justin.
Nice. Well, I'll get Hob out of the way.
Yeah.
I think we all saw Hob, and I think we all are excited for Hob.
Yeah, I would say so. I'm not
Dungeon.
Gary's
excited.
pointing to his hat.
Yeah, he's got the Hob hat. Dungeon crawly,
Zelda-esque.
exploration. I saw it. It was third person, but it also sometimes has like side scrolling, or at least the level I was watching, it seemed kind of side scrolling. But you could walk down towards the camera and away from the camera and stuff like that.
Yeah, so it has some fixed camera angles, and
Yeah.
it's very Zelda-ish. I saw this game. I think we talked about it a couple months ago, 2-3 months ago.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
I
Have you
was
been retweeting it because I saw it on Twitter.
Yeah. So I've been following this game for a couple months now. When I just looked through the Steam library and I saw the art style of this game,
art
and
style
then
is very
I
cool.
saw a trailer for it, and I'm like, this game looks kind of fucking sick. So I've been following it. I'm happy to see it at PAX. We didn't get to play it yesterday. It might be a game that we go.
It was
with.
a long line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a game that might be hard to demo too, but it's a game that I'm pretty fucking stoked about. And
I'm getting a lot of Zelda and Bastion vibes, which you haven't played Bastion.
I
yet,
have
right?
Bastion. It's in my Steam library. I see it. Haven't played it.
So good.
Yeah, and
He was walking down the street.
It's interesting because I didn't expect it to get this much attention at PAX. It seems like it had a decent size.
They already had
booth.
cosplayers and everything.
Yeah, they had cosplayers. They have a decent sized booth. They're giving out free hats 11 o'clock every day on PAX weekend.
Cool.
And they seem to have a good showing this year,
Yeah,
which
they
is
have a
cool
strong
because I
following,
didn't.
too.
From when I heard about it, I had no idea that they
was-
would even be at PAX.
Mhm.
Mind you, be a game that has like a really big
huge booth. Yeah.
So it's nice to see. It makes me more excited. I don't think it has a release date yet.
It's just this year.
No.
So. But,
Sweet.
yeah.
Oh, right. Symmetry. This game is pretty much like The Sims. We have to survive. You tell people kind of what to do, but it's a survival mixed with Sims. So your space station is kind of like lost power, and you have to designate people to find resources to kind of keep it going. The funny thing about this was, though, you can kill off all your party members in the beginning of the game.
Just
Just
first choice.
which I had to try to do, which I did, and the computer crashed.
And the computer crashed.
It crashed when I tried to kill him.
Queued all the death.
Yeah.
The dude had to sit there, reboot it, and I was just like, all right,
Sorry, bud.
I won't do that again.
Broke your game.
But it was
So what happens if you kill everyone? Well, no one ever does. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
I'll be the judge. But it was an intriguing concept to think, like, it micromanaged everything within, like, the space station, and then you had to keep people, like,
Did
hunger.
we see this at MIT? Wasn't
Boston
this there?
Fig.
Oh,
Didn't- wasn't there that space simulator game there as well? It's
No,
not the
that's
same, is
not.
it?
It's not the same thing.
Okay.
I got stuck playing that one.
Yeah.
Wow, that one wasn't good.
Because I remember he sassed it.
No.
Okay.
It looked good. Didn't play
Okay.
good.
So are you moving around a character, or is it like a grid base, or is it like just options on a
It's
screen?
It's
or-
like side scrolling, and then what you pretty much designate people to different.
Sounds a lot like Fallout Shelter.
Sort of, without like making since I didn't get past like that space station, I didn't fix the whole thing. I don't know
Not
how
sure
the game
what's going on
kind of
afterwards.
progresses further than that. But one guy had recycling old like stuff inside the space station to give life to the furnace because you need heat. Another guy was making sure everyone was fed, and then periodically you have to rest people to keep continuing on with like the life cycle of it. So I thought that was an interesting concept.
Yeah. Cool. It's cool, like postcard.
Steve, what do you got?
All right, I don't really have anything else unless you want me to get into our joint game.
Yeah, you could. Yeah,
Yeah.
go for it.
So we played. We had a meeting.
Yeah, we had
Guy
a meeting.
from Aftercharge.
Yep. So they're from Chain Awesome Games. It's hard to say because it's Chainsaw and Awesome together.
Yeah.
So Chain Awesome Games.
You sound like you said chainsaws.
Yeah, it's like Chainsaw Awesome Games.
Yeah.
That's really
And
what it
you
is.
were more excited than I was.
Yeah,
So
so,
you can talk about it.
Their first game was Night Squad, and I was huge on that. So I'm just a fan of the developer in and itself. But The game is a 3v3 hero-based shooter, arena shooter. So it sounds a whole lot like they're trying to rip off Overwatch or kind of cash in on that Overwatch bandwagon.
Do it, bro.
And so you play one of two teams. You either play the robots that are invisible, or you play the enforcers that are invincible. So the invincible characters cannot be killed, and the invisible characters obviously can't be seen. There's no shine to them whatsoever, so they're completely invisible to the opposing team. And the objective is the stealth characters are supposed to take down these 6 power pylons, basically, and then like the game's over, and then you switch to the opposite team. And obviously, the objective of the other people is to defend it. So
if there's 6 pylons and 3 defenders, that's where you're trying to
yeah. So I mean,
get
there's
2 guys over here attacking while you sneak all the way over to Kryger.
yeah, and so there's a bunch of different tactics that you have to do. So for example, Steve and I were playing with Lawrence, one of the developers there, and he was playing with us against 3 of the other developers, so they killed us. They absolutely killed us. But he had a good tactic where
Good thing that they were nice about it.
Yeah.
So Steve and I were
These developers are pricks, dude.
we were
Like my
playing
game,
this-
you're done.
yeah. We were playing the stealth characters, and so Steve went down. So my thought was, I'll just go pick up Steve. But the problem is that they're guarding Steve's body, so they know that someone's gonna try and
Right.
come.
Well,
to
you also
get him.
you gotta mention you become uninvisible when you punch.
Yeah.
Because the way you destroy the pylons is by punching it.
Mhm.
So anytime, I think it's
Oh,
anytime
punch.
you use the punch button, you are visible.
Yep.
So I didn't necessarily know that also.
Yeah. And is this the game
Great
where
way to trick you.
are the? I feel like I saw it and they had like big fists
Yep.
on the screen.
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
That's exactly the
This is
game.
the
yeah.
one.
So
And
I
they,
went-
like,
yeah,
walk-
I went
they see
down-
you and they come up to you and try to punch you, right?
N-
Do they have guns?
There's the defenders have guns. The
Oh, so
stealth
then
characters.
maybe I was seeing a stealth
enforcers.
character out
The
of
enforcers
stealth.
are
Yeah.
the hero class and or
Yep.
whatever, the robot, whatever. I don't
So
even know,
there's
yeah.
different classes for each character, but as of right, they just released the game or announced the game on Monday, so it's still very early on.
But it felt
It felt
an alpha with
really
everything
very
else.
solid.
It felt
like-
very smooth. It didn't feel like it was in an alpha. It
That's
felt
what, yeah.
like-
That's one of the things I was saying. Like for all the alpha games, there a lot of them should probably actually be betas.
Yeah.
They're pretty
Sluggish.
done.
well,
no,
this one, like this one,
this was
very
definitely not an alpha. It
smooth.
didn't feel like an alpha.
No,
It felt like
no.
they had their shit together
Mhm.
with it. But yeah, I went and destroyed a pylon. Then I was trying to sneak by, and then maybe I hit the punch button, and they fucking got me.
Well, I feel like the biggest problem too is that you both move at the same pace. So I feel like the stealth characters need to be able to run faster to get out of the way, because
Yeah.
if you shoot somebody, or if somebody is seen and you shoot him, he can't run away and escape. There's no way for him to escape you unless some magical way that you turn to the left while he's running to the right or something. So I felt like the stealth characters are at a super disadvantage when it comes to playing the game. They need to be adjusted slightly, I think.
And I was also wondering too if when you try to come and revive when you go to revive somebody, if you then became uninvisible.
Oh yeah.
When you I didn't know what if you had to wait there to
Like
revive
what
them,
makes you uninvisible?
or
Yeah.
or if it
when-
was just like
Can
you
you
go
s-
up, press a button,
Can
and
you
then
stun the
No.
invincible people at all? You can't like
Nope.
take
there
them out,
was
take-
a
trip
button
them up or something.
or
like
was a
that?
key to call in an airstrike.
Yeah, but I feel like
I
that
felt like I was trying to do it.
couldn't
I don't
do
think it was me. I think it was the developer, the guy we were playing with, who called it in, because I could have sworn I saw a bunch of shit fall down from the sky, and that would be an interesting
Makes sense
tactic,
since he knows
because
what
then if
values
you can
of-
call an airstrike near a person who's down, you get a little air cover, slip in, slip out. Boom.
Jesus.
and that's how you keep it stealth.
Yeah.
But so when Steve and I both went down, he was like, "Oh, I have an idea." So what he did was he was hitting one of the pylons to try and distract them to go over there, and
then
then
he ran away.
Then he was going to run and try to revive us. But the problem is that they caught him, and then he just couldn't outrun them.
Yeah.
So if they see you once and they shoot you, are you no longer invisible?
Yeah, if they shoot you,
Forever?
you're no longer invisible. Well, like if
Or
you
is it
can
like
run
a-
around and
And
hide,
get a couple seconds. to
yeah,
go
you can
back
be.
invis?
Yeah. So
That's
it's kind
probably
of it. I mean, it needs a lot of tweaking, obviously, and some balance checks. But I was pretty pretty high on the game for a little while. I like the way it felt really smooth.
Yeah, I think
for what I was expecting.
Yeah,
So
it was
I'm
really
interested
well done.
to see how that pans out. So, Gary, I guess you're next.
I'm next. I guess really the last game was Cliffy B's brand new game, Lawbreakers.
Yep.
So I waited in line for this game because I'm fucking pumped. When I got a PC, I'm like, this is a type of game that I've been waiting for to come out for it. It takes a lot from Overwatch it's a hero-based game, multiplayer only, and it's exactly what I thought it was. It's fucking
They are
solid.
who we thought they were.
Yeah, it's a really solid shooter. It feels really good. The design of the game is somewhat futuristic, but it takes place in this really... Each map, I'm guessing... Now, I haven't played a lot of it. I only played one match of it yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
But in the center of the map, it's zero grav. So you can jump super high. Depending on your character, you can have a dash ability while in
So
the air.
dash through.
Or you have a leash where you can whip yourself like fucking Spider-Man and like throw yourself up in zero grav and then come down. There's ultimate abilities just like Overwatch for your different characters. I was using pretty much the soldier character where I had an assault rifle, but then I had a second, like a hand cannon as my second weapon, and I could dash left and right. And I got some kills, and it was a lot of fun. It was kind of like a domination, like Call of Duty domination, where you have the 3 points, control points. My team won. It was super intimidating. Cliffy B was literally, we were playing at the station, and Cliffy was just walking around the station, just watching us all play his game. Which is just, the fanboy in me is just going like, this is fucking...
Don't fuck up.
This is the homie, right? This is
He's
Cliffy.
thinking you're a noob.
Yeah. They also had like the GoPros lined up, so look for this beautiful mug on the Lawbreakers website playing the game. But it was really, really fun. I'm super stoked for this game. I think it's gonna be great. They gave me a beta code that I lost, so I
have to go back there tomorrow.
I have to go back there tomorrow, try to get my beta.
They gave you a shirt though, right?
Yeah, I got this sweet shirt. It's like the medic shirt. They had a couple different classes. I like the medic. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. That's a game that I'm waiting for. That's a top 5 game for me for this year. I think that's going to be a smash hit. So we'll see.
I guess I have a few other ones like honorable mentions, but Sausage Sports Club.
We played that, Brian.
Yeah, that was a.
That's the mention.
That's a weird game. It's a weird game. You play these like
that game was broken as shit.
Yeah.
So you play as you're able to pick between different sausages. I picked like a bus, like because you get the
sausage.
But it wasn't like a sausage. It was just like so your character pretty much feel like your feet are glued to the ground, and then you can just whip.
Your Wobbuffet from Pokemon.
Yeah, so you can just whip your body around at people, right?
Yep.
So then at the beginning, there's like 8 people in like a free for all.
8 sausages.
8 sausages, and then you're able to choose the different type of like mini game to play.
Yeah.
So we played a game that was like very much Splatoon.
Yeah, it was called paintball, where whoever had the most ground covered won, and there's the giant soccer ball.
What's it called? Sausage Party?
Sausage Sports Club.
Sausage Sports Club.
So me and Brian were on the same team, and we ended up losing, but we had
cheated.
Yeah, we had the most points. We covered the map. We had the soccer ball going. We were on both sides of the map, like making sure that we were getting everything. And then at the very end, like it said, like the team that won was like 1,500 points, but then it only said that we only had 14 points.
Yeah, we had 144 points, which was not the case at all.
Not even close to that. So I don't know what happened there.
Yeah.
And then there was a second game type where it was just pretty much a free for all. With it was teams of 2, like a Halo multi-team.
Multi-team battle
battle
or like Guardian.
Yeah. So me and Brian were on the same team again, and I'm sure Brian will tell you that we had 9 lives, and all of a sudden our lives just started going boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
We just kept dying.
Yeah, we were doing really, really well. We had like 8 lives left. And everyone else had like 3 or 2 or whatever. So Gary and I were doing really well. And then all of a sudden the guy was like, oh, go after the red team. They have so much health. so many lives, and we just started losing lives.
Like you were getting killed, or they were physically just dropping
They
off
were
the screen?
just dropping off. So like, if my character was in the middle of the map, like just doing his own thing, and then I died somehow. I didn't go off the map and fall into water. I died, and then I landed where I spawned. I just died, and then I respawned and died. Like it just like kept killing. It
You were
happened
in a
with
kill
Gary
zone.
and I. It was just
Yeah.
like we died like
We went
3
from having
times.
9 lives to like 2
Yeah.
in like a matter of a couple seconds.
Yeah, and so I was like, "What just happened there?" And the guy was just like, "I was like, what happened?" And he was just like, "You died." And I was like, "All right."
Headbutt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I guess that's what we get for playing Sausage Sports
Yeah.
Club.
We won't do that again.
No.
Sounds sexy.
Justin, you got anything else?
Yeah, well, there was one game that I saw that I wanted to go back and play, and I couldn't find. It was called Mages of Mistrella. I don't know how you would say
Mistralia?
that. Mistralia. It sounds like a made-up place. But yeah, it was very cool. From what I saw, there were people playing it. I couldn't play it, but it was. I don't know if it was like a practice area or what the guy was in, who seemed to be working with the game. He was talking about it. And your character's a top-down, third-person. It's cool, kind of cel-shaded art style. That you're what looked to be a redheaded girl, and you're a mage. And then he was showing off all these different powers that you can eventually get. It looked like he jacked his stamina bar way up, and he had all the powers. And he was showing, it was like a puzzle beat 'em up, but you could, like one power that he had was really cool was he could set a decoy.
Oh, nice.
And then he showed that, okay, I have this decoy, and now I can upgrade it so the decoy then shoots bullets. And then he showed me, okay, you got upgraded enough, so now the decoy shoots bullets and it spins around in circles, so the bullets are going like all over the place.
Cool.
And it was really cool from the few minutes that I got to see it. I wanted to go back. I know we spent like
We did
half
spend
an
a half
hour
hour trying
to find it.
the booth again.
So with the name, maybe I'll give it a Google, and I'm
We'll
sure I'll be
find
able
it.
to map it.
Yeah.
But I definitely want to go back and see, and watch it for a few more minutes and see, because it could be cool, but if it's like boring or an empty game, like
Yeah.
I feel like I was only seeing some sort of weird like practice arena area. So
Gotcha. You want to dive a little
I want to
further
see
into
what
it.
it's all about. But it
Cool.
was very interesting,
Very nice.
very much so. Lighthouse.
All right, so we'll end with we'll do Osiris New Dawn,
Okay.
and this was a space exploration game.
You were into outer space this year, man.
Yeah.
It looked incredible. Like Lifeless Planet mixed with what No Man's Sky should have been.
Is it first person?
Yes, you're inside the spacesuit, and you pretty much explore the planet, depending on what planet you kind of get. So obviously, looking next to me, someone else got like the planet where they were being attacked by aliens.
Mhm.
You can customize your suit within the inventory along with weapons that you pick up from like random planets. I kind of joined in when someone else had previously left off, so they had like the ship next to them. I didn't really know how that got there, but you can pretty much fly out, go to a different planet, and each one was vastly different. Like I said, what No Man's Sky should have been, where like the other one was just red, it was like the wasteland, and the next one had like actual life on the planet.
Yeah, this game's like $30 on Steam. It's been in early access for a while. I know a couple people that have played it have enjoyed it. I myself am just waiting for like a
to drop.
finished version and a drop in price. But
Get that flash $2
it
sale.
literally, yeah, it literally
it would be-
looks like a better No Man's Sky.
Yeah,
For sure.
Nice.
but
That's cool.
yeah, that was pretty much it. Impressed with that game.
Sweet.
Nice.
You got anything else, Steve?
I'm good.
All right.
I got
Gary,
one.
you got anything?
I'm good.
All right. I guess. I mean, we talked about Ape Out before, so Ape Out still is awesome. That was there.
New
for-
trailer just released before the weekend started.
Yep. So finished level 3 this week, so that was really cool. But the last game that I really have on here was Hello Neighbor, and Hello Neighbor, you play as a kid that's trying to break into this curmudgeon's house, I guess.
Is he a curmudgeon for not
this
wanting
like
kids
Dennis,
in his
so it's
house?
Dennis the
No,
Menace?
he's not.
Well, it's a horror.
He's pissed
survive-
off at
it's
this
like a
goddamn
horror
kid.
stealth game.
They classified it as horror.
Yeah.
We didn't really see
Well,
that.
it's not horror in the sense of like dark and scary and monsters.
It's horror in the sense of like tense.
Yeah,
like,
and creepy. It has a very like Psychonauts art
What
style
kind of,
meets with like Coraline, where the guy. I mean, Gary has a mask of the guy.
You guys have a
Had a
jazzy
mask.
picture.
Had a
Yeah.
mask.
You have a
We both
jazzy
had
picture
masks.
on the website.
Yeah, you can definitely check out if you go to Twitter at PXLPTS. You can see Gary and myself, him wearing the mask. So you play a kid trying to break into this guy's house. There was no story as to why he was doing it. It was just he was being an asshole, and you have to try and figure out how to enter his house. And I don't know necessarily what the objective is if you have to find like something in the house, but it took me a little while to figure out. Okay, let me go into this window. Okay, I got into the window. I found a flashlight. You grab the flashlight. And then I hid into a closet, and you can start hearing him talk, or because he was snoozing for the most part, you can hear him snoring. So you're crouching and moving, or it's slowly moving, and then you're hiding. He woke up, and when he got really close to me, the screen started to fade to black slightly when he was really close to me. And then the further away you got, it kind of came back.
It's kind of like Slender Man.
So I've never played Slender Man. So
Yeah.
if that's the way that it is, then yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And so he walked away, and I was like, oh great, I can come out of the closet now.
Nice.
And so I came out of the closet, and then all of a sudden he was just like, hey, and he ran over and like threw me out of his house, and I was like, all right, well, that was fun.
They do like the Jazzy Jeff and Uncle Phil.
No, it was just like he just kind of like threw me out, and then like I was laying on his front.
You just get back up and go right through the window again.
Yeah, exactly. So that was interesting. It had a really cool art style, but I don't know if I'd ever actually play the game.
Absolutely not.
Gary's
I'm just
not a
gonna say
fan.
that. I'm just gonna say that right there.
Settled.
But yeah, I think that was really the last thing that I played
So-
that I liked.
I had Moonlighter. Did you guys see this game?
I did.
We did.
I played it.
You
Yeah.
didn't like it?
Brian's
I-
experience was a little
It wouldn't let me out of the house.
Oh,
30
well,
minutes trying to open that door.
It wasn't 30 minutes. It was more like 3 minutes.
It
I
was
was like,
longer than 3. It was longer than 3.
first off, it was like, oh yeah, go and do this, and I was like, all right, let me get out of this house. And the fucking door, it was like, you want to leave the door, you press triangle, but it was grayed out, so you couldn't do it.
It was all glitched out.
And I
on
was
you.
just like, what is happening here? And then Anthony tried to do it,
Just spamming the button.
and
Eventually,
Anthony was spamming the button. Somebody walked in, and Anthony like slid past that person and got out. So
So
sorry.
you made it outside.
We get outside, yes.
Yeah.
So it's like a dungeon crawler. It has a very nice art style.
Yeah,
I think it was very
top
well
down
done.
Zelda
Yeah.
esque.
Typical dungeon crawler, loot and craftable materials. The fighting seemed to be like you're gonna have to really figure it out. But it seemed good enough. I was very interested. I wanted to actually play it, but
That's a tomorrow thing.
yeah, definitely want to go back and play it again tomorrow. I really like the art style of this game. Like, it is very nice, and a lot of RPG elements of like, I guess that scene where you're in the house, talking to the guy.
It's a Super NES type RPG.
Yeah, it looks like a lot like a Breath of
Yeah,
Fire.
and also the art style
yeah.
reminded me of the game that we played last year with the
Moon Hunter.
Moon Hunters.
Yes, I don't know
That's
if that
true.
has anything to do with it, but
Probably not.
yeah, I want to definitely go back and check it out. This looks like it has potential to be a very good game.
Cool.
Hopefully, if they fix that door, it's probably step number one.
Yeah. Anthony, did you have any games that you wanted to maybe check out tomorrow?
No, I left those actually back. Anything I want to check out tomorrow is. Yeah.
Gotcha. Steve, anything that you might want to replay or check out tomorrow that you saw that we didn't talk about?
I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I
What-
might go and play
what-
the hacking game again.
What about that Alyssa? What was it? Alyssa?
Oh, Elsinore.
Elsinore.
I'm
yeah.
gonna try to maybe grab a few minutes with that,
Nice.
just to see how far along it is.
Nice. Gary?
I am going straight to Quake Champions.
Nice.
That's where I'll be as soon as we walk in the morning. I need to play some Quake, which they just announced that it's going to be free to play, which is really cool. I'm hearing good things about it. I'm excited for Quake, and then I am going to go back and I'm going to try to play Hob. I
Nice.
would like to play some Hob.
So same thing. I'm probably going to go first straight to Hob. There is another game that we have an appointment with to go play Wolverblade.
I heard about that.
Yep, that's it's like a side-scrolling beat 'em up that looked really cool. And I want to play Perception actually from the Deep End games.
Yep.
So they were at Boston Fig, so I want to sit down and talk with them.
Yeah, I also want to check out. I mean, we didn't really spend too much time up at the front, but Xbox and PlayStation
It's always slammed there. So.
It's slammed there, but like I mean, other than Mass
I could have
Effect,
walked right onto the PlayStation thing when I walked past it. I mean,
Well,
like there's a couple of
yeah.
games with a huge line, but like you said, the little booths with just
yeah,
like,
they have
all
little,
the
they have
TVs.
all the TVs. I mean, last year that's where we first played Mutants in Manhattan, right?
Oh,
So
gross.
Or Paragon.
Paragon, yeah, I played Paragon there
Cuphead.
last year.
Cuphead.
Cuphead. So I didn't really see what they were offering this year.
So we'll do that.
So maybe walk through that a little bit.
I might play ARMS if
I'm doing
Nintendo
Mages.
doesn't have a long
Do
line.
that live.
Mages of Australia
Yeah.
and the Moonlighters. I definitely want to play those two and see if they're as good as I thought that they were.
Nice. Well, I'm sure that we can talk
enjoy
about
it,
those
yeah.
next week on Under Your Thumb and just kind of wrap up our E3, wrap up
PAX
our
East.
PAX East 2017
PAX
coverage.
E3.
So we're going to take a quick break and come back with what we're doing on the site, the Twitter handles, and all that jazz.